Coming up on First at 4 on this primary election day, polls will close in approximately 2 hours as Eastern Kentuckians cast their votes. We'll look at some of the biggest races here in the mountains. And one person is dead after a crash this afternoon on Highway 15 near the Perry-Breathitt County line.
Plus, we are dry for now, but showers and maybe a few thunderstorms are looming. Those details coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts right now.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, we are covering all things election today here at WYMT's Decision Kentucky headquarters. The polls are open until 6, so there's still time to vote. We have reporters throughout our region covering the biggest local races. But first, we want to tell you about a developing story we've been following this afternoon. One person is dead, another was taken to the hospital after a crash today near the Perry-Breathitt County line. Police say it happened on Highway 15, about an eighth of a mile from the Perry-Breathitt line. It happened about noon today. The names of the victims have not been released at this time, and that's about all we know at this point. We hope to have more information later tonight. Now back to our election coverage. We begin in the Cumberland Valley this afternoon, where WYMT's Olivia Calfee is live in Harlan County covering one of today's most watched races, the 29th District State Senate race. Olivia.
Good afternoon, Steve. I am here in Harlan outside of the courthouse right now, and we have seen some people get out to the polls to vote today. Of course, the 29th District State Senate race, as you just mentioned, has the potential to bring more people out to the polls throughout the day today. Of course, as incumbent of Harlan, Johnny Turner's name is on the ballot once again this year. And against Republicans Randy Thompson of Knott County and Sean Andrew Gilley of Jeremiah. But I spoke with the Harlan County Clerk Ashley Sullivan earlier today, and she says she is hoping for a 10 to 12% voter turnout. And she says she did see more people come to the polls this morning. I haven't seen as many today, but I did speak with one voter who says it was really important for her to get out here today, especially for these local races, to make sure that her vote counts.
In the local races, everybody's vote really matters. It just comes down to, you know, just everybody's vote just counts in these types of races. It's your right. Everybody should do it.
And I will be around here throughout the evening as we wait for some answers on this local race specifically. But the 29th district covers Bell, Floyd, Harlan, Knott, and Letcher counties. So it'll be interesting to see these numbers come in as votes start to come in from these 5 different counties. So once again, stay with us and we will keep you updated on this election. And for now, I am live in Harlan. Olivia Calfee, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Olivia, thank you. Certainly a very interesting district there. It goes all the way from the Cumberland Valley up to the Big Sandy, and all 3 candidates are from different counties. So definitely one of the most watched races tonight that we'll be following. Now, in the 95th District House race, Republicans Brandon Spencer and David Pennington are on the ballot. Spencer has ran his campaign in the Big Sandy on promoting experience. The Republican was in the seat in 2007 as a Democrat before switching parties. He ran for the position again in 2022, losing to incumbent Democrat Ashley Tackett Lafferty. Pennington, a veteran of the Marine Corps, is hoping to get the nomination with a focus on taxes and oversight, saying it's time for a change.
We are tracking some more summer-like weather on this Tuesday. Most of us are dry under some sunshine, also some very warm weather. We should be in the 70s, most of us today in the middle to even upper 80s. A live look from Perry County from Buffalo Mountain, tracking some blue sky up to 82 degrees over in Perry County. But check this out, up to 87 for Manchester, also in Irvin, up to 88 degrees for Somerset, Monticello, also in Harlan County. So we are tracking some toasty weather on this May afternoon. Up on first alert 3rd pinpoint Doppler. I talked about this yesterday. A small chance of a shower, maybe a thunderstorm or two, and we are getting that close to the I-64 corridor. A heavier downpour over northern Lawrence County, close to the Kentucky and West Virginia border. Also a few more light to moderate showers pushing into Rowan County, also for parts of Morgan County into Elliott County at this hour. For most of the region, we stay dry and mild to go into this evening. A small chance of a shower, and those temperatures are mild in the middle to lower 70s. Higher rain chances and maybe a few thunderstorms on the way tomorrow. And same story for this weekend. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you very much. People in Knott County had a familiar question on their ballots today: if they want to allow alcohol sales. The issue has been rejected several times in the past. WYMT's Madison Carmouche is live in Hindman with more on that wet-dry vote. Madison.
Good afternoon, Steve, and happy election day to all. I'm here at Knott County Central, where voters all have their eyes on the wet-dry vote here in Knott County. I spoke to the Knott County clerk, Reese Cornett, today, and she let me know that although this is the 4th time they are voting on this, it's closer than it's ever been before. She adds, as times change and the younger generation goes out to vote, that may be enough to tip the scales.
If it goes wet, they will have to apply for license, and that will have to go through the License Bureau, Alcohol License Bureau. And I've already spoke to them, and they said they can get up to 6 licenses in this county, and I was surprised about that.
Now, I've spoken to a few voters here today, and a majority of them have been in favor of the county going wet. But folks in Knott County, you still have the opportunity to come out here and vote until 6 p.m. this evening. But I will send it back to you. And for now, live in Knott County, Madison Carmouche, WYMT.
All right, Madison, thank you. Certainly another race we'll be watching tonight, as Knott County, one of the few completely dry counties left in the state of Kentucky. You can, of course, find all the results tonight as we get them on WYMT.com and the WYMT News app. Well, folks in the city of Fleming Neon are also voting on whether or not to allow alcohol sales. That's, of course, in Letcher County. Alcohol sales are already allowed in the city of Whitesburg, which is, of course, the county seat for Letcher County, and in the nearby community of Jenkins. We will have a live update on this wet-dry vote from Fleming Neon in our next half hour. The Dean of the House is up for re-election tonight. Congressman Hal Rogers has held that seat since 1981. He has 3 Republican challengers: Dana Edwards, Brandon Monholland, and David Krafchak Jr. No Democrats filed to run. Rogers is now 86 years old. We'll hear from him and some of the other candidates in our next half hour. The race for the 86th State House District is also underway. Republican incumbent Tom Smith is taking on Billy Taylor. The 86th district covers Knox and Laurel counties. Smith has served in that role since 2021. Community members in Clay, Jackson, and Leslie counties are headed to the polls to elect a Republican candidate for the 41st Circuit Commonwealth's Attorney. Gary Gregory is the longtime incumbent who's held that position now for more than 30 years. Haley Jo Fields is opposing Gregory. Fields currently serves as the first assistant county attorney, but says she felt called to run this year. Both candidates are hoping voters rally around them to help clean up crime.
The community needs jobs. We can't help with that, but we can get the drugs off the street and prosecute the ones that's selling the drugs and try to clean it up that way.
We need to get as many people out as we can and vote. We're ready for a change, but we got to get people out here to vote in order to make that change happen.
The elected Republican candidate for the 41st Circuit Commonwealth's Attorney's race will have a Democratic challenger, Jake Roberts, in November. In Bell County, voters are heading to the polls to decide between incumbent Lisa Fugit or challenger Mike Taylor in the 44th Circuit Commonwealth's Attorney race. Voters headed to local precincts in Pineville, like the Bell County Library and First Baptist Church. Voting sites again will not close until 6 p.m. tonight. One resident spoke with WYMT about why this race will be impactful for that area.
It's very important. need new blood in the office and see what can get done. And everybody needs just to get out and vote.
We'll hear from one of the candidates in the 44th Circuit Commonwealth's Attorney's race tonight at 6. Coming up next here on First at 4, several Windstream customers continue to deal with phone issues, how the company is working to resolve the problem.
Plus, rain chances increase for the rest of this week. Your first alert forecast after this break.